I ask you a question? Are you ready to get and keep momentum in your business? I hope so, because it's Penny Elliott here, your host to having the perfect mix of the woo with the do. If you're ready to create the life that you want through a business designed by you, then tune in.
Amazing. Welcome to the Get Momentum for Online Entrepreneurs podcast with me, Penny Elliott. This is the show where we match the woo with the do. It's your perfect mix of mindset and strategy to have fast success in your online business so you can finally live your best life. Today I've got two guests today, really. So I've got the amazing Louise Henry and her gorgeous little puppy, Charlie. So cute.
Thank you. I really need to grab him and show him because he's just that cute.
Oh my God, he is so cute, guys. He's so cute.
Okay, he's going to make his appearance.
Oh, look at that. He's just a little fluff ball. He's so cute.
And he's teething so much that he's just chewing anything and everything that he can. But yeah, he's so tiny. He is 1.5 pounds right now.
Oh my goodness, he is like as light as a feather. So anyway, if you can't see this because you're listening to the podcast, then you need to go and have a look on Moneypenny TV on YouTube and see, because absolutely gorgeous heart melt moment. So I'm just going to hand it over to you to do your introduction, because everyone introduces themselves with much more eloquence than me reading off a piece of paper. So tell us what you do, who you help, and what you bring to the world.
Awesome, for sure. So I am an online business educator and tech expert. So I have a lot of free tech tutorials on my YouTube channel, which you can go and check out. So it's all for entrepreneurs who want to build their online business, but feel as though they struggle with the tech, or maybe they just need some tech tips along the way to help streamline and scale their business. So that is my specialty. I focus in a few core areas. My favorites are Asana, Squarespace, and Kartra, and I have online courses on all three of those. So yeah, that is what I do.
So in a nutshell, Louise helps you from throwing your laptop out the window with tech frustration.
Exactly.
Amazing. We need you in our life all the time. And I think even if you get better and better at the tech side, then there's more and more you can always learn. So amazing. And we've also had a guest on before about YouTube and how she's a YouTube expert on helping people grow their YouTube channels. And she was saying how it's one of the largest search engines in the world, and how everyone now, their vocab, instead of like, oh, well, I'll ask someone to work it out, or, we used to just always ask our parents, right? Now it's like, oh, just YouTube it, like it's like a noun, it's like an active word, an adjective, just YouTube it. So it's amazing that you've got all those tutorials on there for everyone to have a look at. So cool.
Yeah, it's the best. It's one of the best things that I decided to do was have a YouTube channel for my business. So if anyone is considering it, absolutely go for it. It is so smart to leverage a search engine, like you said. So yeah, I have that, and people are constantly just finding me on their own on an evergreen basis. So yeah, it's been great.
Amazing. So if you guys have been binge listening to the podcast, you'll be able to hear that that's a common thread that is definitely coming through from lots of people. So amazing. I think, what do they say? The universe leaves clues. So I guess that kind of comes into the very first question is, like, we're all about having consistent clients here so that you can, keep growing and getting momentum. So how do you, is YouTube the one place that you create that constant flow of clients, or, what is your secret sauce?
Yeah, that's definitely a huge place where people are finding me. I kind of use a majority of tools, but I would say the top 3 drivers would be YouTube, Pinterest. So repurposing all of my videos and making sure that they get onto my website, and then sharing that out to Pinterest. Mm-hmm. And then I do some Facebook ads and Pinterest ads as well. So that's how I'm ensuring that, yeah, exactly as you said, that I have that constant stream. That's so important to like finally get to the point in my business where I don't have to stress and I kind of know exactly what I need to do in order to hit the numbers that I want. So that's been a good place to finally get to after a while.
How many years have you been doing this? So that people
I think
get a gauge of, how long it takes, because there's way too many people out there that say, oh my God, I had this idea and then I just like followed this course and I had a 6-figure launch. Look at me. And you're like, hang on a moment. If I do a bit of searching around on your Facebook page, for example, I can see that that's utter bullshit.
Yeah.
So I really like to, demystify that. So people have realistic expectations. I've just done an interview with John Lee Dumas, JLD, from Entrepreneur on Fire. He did 2,000 daily podcasts.
Oh my God.
2,000. So not
Wow.
100, not 200, 2,000 days. He did a podcast a day, right? A podcast interview a day. So, and then people look at him and think, wow, it's amazing. So, how long have you been doing this to get to this place where you have that consistent flow?
Oh, so long. Yeah, I'm definitely not one of those stories where it's like, oh yeah, I just started my business and, year one. Yeah, no, not like that at all. I've been trying for so many years to get to here. I had 2 other businesses before this one where I was trying and testing and learning. So I would say I'm on like my 7th year of entrepreneurship.
Right. So you heard that here, 7 years, right? And then JLD, he's like done 2,000 individual days where he got up every single day, like not just Monday to Friday, every single day, right? So I think that's what people need to hear, is that it takes consistency sort of beyond the point of where you think consistency is. If you think, I've been consistent, well, you've only just started. You need to, keep going, right?
Yes, I completely agree. And it took me so long to even understand consistency. Like everybody, was telling me that. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll get to that. And so I kept putting it on the back burner. And so that's one of my number one tips that I tell people at the beginning. I'm like, start creating content now. Just start putting out high value content, get regular with that, get, in a pattern of actually doing that. Because as soon as I did that, that started making a huge difference.
Massive difference. Yeah. And I was going back through my Canva profile. I was trying to look for a photo or a logo or something. Anyway, and you know how you go right, way back, way back. And I'd done one right at the beginning, 4 years ago, saying, looking for an Instagram expert. And I never hired that person on Instagram. I don't have 10,000 followers yet on Instagram, but if I'd done that 4 years ago and posted every single day on Instagram, I would be way ahead, right? And I was like, why didn't I think about, why didn't I just pick one thing and go with it? Yeah. So, great. And I mean, I think that's, I think you've kind of answered the next question that I usually ask people is, I like to share how successful entrepreneurs like yourself get momentum in their business. Because as we said, it's not a straight line to the top. So where is an instance where you've had to really dig deep to get that momentum into your business after a setback?
Oh, so many times. So many times, you get knocked down and you think something's going to work and it doesn't quite work the way you wanted. And like my mom always says, she's like, I would have given up way longer, but you just or way earlier, but you just kept going. So it was really about like having faith that it would work. And so I just kept surrounding myself with positive examples of other people that were achieving what I wanted, and just kind of when it will happen, and just stayed the course. So that's kind of, I can't think of an exact example as of recent, because it does get easier. It's way harder at the beginning, and then it starts to get easier, and as you said, get momentum, and then it feels a bit more fun for sure.
So I think that's the one thing is to have faith. And so many people I interview on this podcast have said, just to stick with it and have faith that it is going to pay off. I think that's the hardest thing about entrepreneurship. It's not like the failed launch or, the $105 registrants for your webinar, which I only had like a couple of weeks ago, or the email that goes out to completely all the wrong people with all the spelling mistakes in it because it's something just happened, it's not those, it's the faith, isn't it? Because those things you can pinpoint a thing to blame or something that went wrong, and you can go, okay, I'm going to change that next time. But it's turning up every day and not hearing from anyone, or doing a Facebook Live, or as you said, like with your YouTube channel, it takes a lot of content to then get the momentum going underneath it, doesn't it? And it's those early days you're like, no one watched that, and I just we're doing it. What?
No, exactly. And if you're hearing this from us, like, that is normal. So it's not a sign that the content in it isn't good. It just takes a while for example, for YouTube to even decide to show you, and it's going to take a while to build that audience. So just know that it's totally normal for at the beginning, for your first Instagram post to get like 10 likes. Like, that is just the way that it goes.
Yeah, exactly. And, for at least another 100 days. Exactly. Okay, cool. So if you could go back to the beginning of starting your business, knowing what you know now, so that's sort of 7 or so years ago, what would you tell your young entrepreneurial self?
I would say go with digital products. I'd be like, don't mess around with physical products. That there's, this whole world of digital products, and that also not even just digital products, but, starting out doing an online service, for example, like there is this whole world online that you can tap into and you can get started for such a low investment. So I would say just start with that. And I would also say, as we said about the content, to start doing that immediately and to just share what you know and show up every single day. And you do not have to be an expert from the beginning. You can just be 2 steps ahead of someone else and really help them and make an impact on their life. So I would say start that from the beginning. I kind of floated around, would show up occasionally, do a post here, do a post there, and I wasn't getting that momentum. But as soon as I decided to take it seriously and be like, no, I'm going to, treat this like a proper job and just show up and really value consistency and be disciplined in it, then things started to get momentum.
Yeah, I think almost, with my clients, I almost feel like I want to take, all their money away from them that they've got in their savings and everything, and just give them like $100 a week. And if they show up and get consistent, you can pay them more, just like at work. We are really conditioned as I'm not quite sure where it starts, but as human beings, we are really conditioned to like needing that discipline. Mm-hmm. And if it's like, and also I think a lot of people who come out of corporate or study or something like that almost need to have a bit of a holiday, because most people when they start their business are like, oh, this is great, I can take time off whenever I want, da, 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 da. Another massive fallacy, people. Until you have that consistent client flow, you can't really have every afternoon off until you've got that really predictable flow. Like you said, now you are at a point where you can know your numbers, know what levers to pull to bring more in, to lower it down, however you want to do that. But that does take it's not hard work, it's not lots of hours, it's consistent, and that's really, really different.
Yeah. And so many people like do kind of sell the story that you were saying at the beginning where, oh, it just happened. And I have not found that to be the
case. There is not anyone that I know that, has come on here and said, oh no, that happened to me. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and I just really want to expose that. I don't want to put anyone down about that, but I just want to make it real, because I don't like the fact that people come into the online digital space and think that it's going to be really easy, and then it's not. It's just so crushing to see people come to me, because obviously I'm the sales piece of it, and they're like, oh, I haven't got any, I know I've done all this other stuff. So that's why I really want to shine a spotlight on it. And I also love the fact, I just want to go back to the fact that you said starting with online digital products is like the one thing you go back and tell your entrepreneurial stuff, because the cost to market is so low, so you can make loads of screw ups and, loads of different stuff, right? I mean, you can use all your tutorials, you can do some of your courses to get the tech thing happening until you strike a chord with someone.
Yeah, exactly. That has been huge, and it's just such a different type of business to run as well. Like, I wouldn't trade places with, I have friends with successful physical product businesses, but they just have so many other elements and expenses that they need to worry about. And so I just love that this type of business, it gives you the freedom. You can run it from anywhere. I've done a lot of travel while building this business, and it hasn't made a difference because literally all you need is your laptop.
Yeah. Amazing. And not scaffolders on the roof like at my house at the moment.
Yeah.
So what legacy are you wanting to create and leave in the online space?
I really I'm on a mission for sure to help as many people, or to make an impact on as many people as I can. I find that really exciting. I like, huge projects like that. I like working towards big goals. So I want to do that, and I want to help people in a way that is high value and genuine. So it doesn't matter if you never come and take one of my courses, I still want to be able to help people in both the free and the paid ways, and help people do meaningful, fulfill work, because I've found that for myself. I found work that feels really great, like it feels as though I'm doing something bigger than myself, and it's not just, about the income that I can make online. It's like, oh no, I found this little pocket of the internet where I can show up and feel as though I'm doing something that is meaningful. So I want to help people experience that, because I think it makes people a lot happier when they wake up and feel like in alignment and that they're working towards their purpose.
I love that. And you definitely are, because helping people with the tech side of stuff is the place where people get so frustrated, and they're like, I find that with clients, when we actually do done for you services for some of our clients now, because that is the thing that's stopping them from wanting to get out of bed in the morning. They're like, I love being a nutritionist or a dietitian and working with my clients, but I can't stand all that tech stuff. I just don't get it. So you already are leaving that massive legacy right there by solving so many people's problems and getting rid of loads of frustration and frown lines as you like staring at the screen.
So true.
So how can people get in touch with you?
So you can find me at louisehenry.com, or on YouTube and Instagram are the two places where I spend the most time. Instagram currently is just all my puppy Charlie, so come over there.
Yeah, definitely. So what's your Instagram handle?
Louise Henry, and YouTube Louise Henry, and website Louise Henry. So
easy. All the links down below. But if you're out and about now listening to this podcast and you didn't get to see little Charlie Chops, you'll be able to have a look on Instagram after this episode finishes and send her some DMs. He's super cute. So what's the obviously everyone can go to your YouTube channel and find lots of great tutorials there. But do you have something that the listeners would be able to go and download or get to know you a little bit better?
Yeah, definitely. So go right to louisehenry.com and you'll see that I have 3 roadmaps. So I have a few different options for you if you need to organize your business, if you need to build out a website, or if you want to scale up and leverage some tech so that you can have more freedom. And this, you can get there for sure. So if you want to do that, those are all right on my homepage and you can pick one of those.
Amazing. And you want to do that because then you can spend more time and get a puppy.
Exactly.
Exactly. Because all your emails are going out by themselves and it's all sorted and everything's zapping across the interweb, and then you can have more puppy time.
Exactly.
Awesome. Sounds great. Okay. And so I always like to leave the listeners with a last soundbite. So what is your favorite one-liner to give yourself momentum in your business daily?
I love that question. Mine is definitely, I will remind myself, be, do, have. Do you know that saying?
Yes. I've just finished TCP. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I love this saying, and basically it forces you to step into the next level version of yourself and make decisions as that person. So by making this shift, it's actually helped me achieve so much growth in my business. And I really do believe that that's one of the biggest things that was blocking me before, because I kept making decisions from my current situation. And, so it's very easy for you to, kind of halt your growth, because you'll be like, oh, I can't afford that right now, or, oh, I can't hire this person to help you. So you have to imagine yourself for where you want to be and then start acting now as that person. So yeah, I remind myself all the time, if I find myself playing small or, I'm not stepping up, then I'll just remind myself and be like, okay, well, you have to start acting now, like that version of yourself that is coming.
100%. Yeah. I've just done Jim Fulton's transformational coaching program as well. And I was in exactly the same place. I was thinking, for example, I need to do my own graphics, and then I was like, well, hang on a moment. The person who has a huge podcast doesn't make their own graphics. So I need to hire that person to be, I need to be that person who would hire that person to have the podcast, following and attract the right people. So that's a really easy example. And what I find is too many people are like, oh, well, once I make enough money, I'll hire a VA, or once I have enough money, I will get that next technical platform, or, I'll move out of MailChimp and into, ActiveCampaign, or, a paid platform. But really, all of those things are keeping you from making that money. And so to make that transition, to have that money, you need to actually be acting at that level. And I love that. And I love, one of the other quotes I think that, or one of the other things that really has resonated with me is, you don't see Russell. Now I always get them confused. Russell Brand, Russell Brunson, and who's the guy that owns Virgin Active?
Richard Branson.
Richard Branson. See, I always get them confused. But you don't see Richard Branson selling the aeroplane tickets at the terminal, do you?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? So do you want to be selling the aeroplane tickets? Or do you want to be owning, well, you probably don't want to be owning a big airline company right now. Bad example.
Still, your other example was perfect.
Bad example, but you get what I mean, right? They don't operate from the I need to sell the tickets. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Amazing. So yeah, once you make that shift, honestly, just do it with a few little decisions now, but those were really good tangible examples of how that translates into your daily life. So yeah.
How quick, just quickly before we finish, how quick did you, being that person and making decisions from then, how quick did you see the results come through? I'm interested to know.
I felt it was really quick, honestly. I learned that, and then things just started. I mean, of course, there were other factors contributing to that, but I feel as soon as I learned that, I was like, okay, we're stepping up and we are going to reach there. So since then, I've just been making huge leaps, really, and it's been really exciting.
Amazing. You heard it here. Amazing. Right. Okay. So everyone, make sure that you go to the show notes. Otherwise, jump over to Louise Henry on Instagram and see the puppy, and also obviously all of her other stuff as well, because she does have obviously a serious note to her. Hey, thank you so much for being on the Get Momentum podcast. And everyone that's listening, make sure you tune in for the next show. We've got some exciting guests coming up over the next month, and that can really help you get momentum into your business. So thanks very much.
We're good. Thank you.
If you love the woo with the do and you want to dive deeper into how you too can get and keep momentum in your business, then join thousands of other online entrepreneurs like yourself and head on over to Amazon and grab a copy of my book, Get Momentum, your ultimate guide to create 100K in 100 days without fear, overwhelm, and burnout. And while it's being delivered to you, you'll have time to leave a 5-star review of the podcast before you head on over to the next episode.